I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my click. I need a 30 for 30. Let's do some GOAT talk, man. You know, we love to talk to the ladies here on Put It On Something. And one of our queens just made some history with her historic 7th national championship. I'm talking about Simone Biles. Incredible gymnast. Got to be the GOAT. You know, is it arguable at this point when it comes to women's gymnastics?
You know what it is.
I don't think it is.
I don't think this shit arguable. This motherfucker incredible. So I was seeing all the praise she was getting on social media, you know what I'm saying, all the adulation. It got me harking back to prime Serena and just all the love that our culture was showing Serena, you know what I'm saying? So I'm posing the question that we do here on Put It On Something. When you put these two GOATs side by side, put their career accomplishments side by side, there's no cultural impact in there as well. I think we could throw that in there. No, let's take that back. That'll slant it towards Serena because, you know, Serena just didn't be in one of them ones for the culture. I don't want to do Simone like that. I ain't gonna do Simone like that. So just career accomplishments. Who y'all got? Serena or Simone? T, we'll start with you.
Simone Biles.
Ooh, quick like that, straight like that.
Ain't no sense in me sitting there lying to the people and acting like I'm just gonna draw it out and just elongate this thing. Simone Biles.
Why you gotta take?
When I say master at her craft, that's who you got. When we talk a GOAT, we talk master of their craft. And I'm talking about unstoppable, impeccable, perfect. She doing things the Yurchenko, and I can't remember the whole name of it, but the Yurchenko flip she did on the beam a couple weeks ago. They said the men did that. The women didn't do that. Simone did that with ease. And it was just like, they said that was the flip that was tried by men. And she pulled it off. And it was just like, and what? Now, don't get me wrong. Mama Serena is great. She's great. Miss Queen Serena is great. But when you really talk about something like what Simone has given us over these past few years, and she's just 24. So it's not like she just been here forever. But Simone has just been so special. She's been so dominant in her craft. Serena started to slow up a little bit on the back end to me. You know, I think Osaka came along here in the last few years and it started to kind of exceed who Serena is. And I know she's on the back end of her career. Now, if we were doing this and talking prime Serena versus Simone, now we might have a different argument. But
okay, run it.
But I'm gonna still go with Simone because Simone.
I just want to see though. Okay,
Simone just dominated.
Who got the better prime?
Simone just dominates.
You still say Simone got the better prime?
There ain't nobody that can do what Simone do better than Simone.
Okay, that's fair.
Serena, there are people out there that can get her, that have beaten her. Serena has not been dominant on clay. That's been a struggle in her career. Australian Open, US Open, she getting it in. Wimbledon, she's a queen at Wimbledon as well. Wimbledon, I think of Wimbledon and Australian Open. She just dominates. US Open, she every now and then she can get got. But Simone though, ain't nobody on earth. Earth, ERF, Earth. That could be Simone Biles. I'm just telling you. It's just that simple for me. I love Serena. Don't get me wrong. I love Serena, but
I know that's why this is a tough one. That's why we doing it.
Simone Biles on Earth, ERF, is special.
JoJo. Go talk, man. Who you got? Serena Simone.
How old is Simone right now?
Yeah,
I
youngin,
think she's
man. What,
24. I think she's 24.
24.
something like that. I'll look it up for you to be sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I looked at both of these queens' accomplishments,
Mm-hmm.
and I started writing, and it became too much to write.
Yeah, 24. She 24.
It became too much to write. Looking at all of their accomplishments, man. Um, so I basically had to nitpick. Like that. That's how great both of these women are. I had to nitpick, and I basically took the longevity because gymnasts don't last as long. When I looked up their average careers, it's like 6 years, from 16 to 22. So the fact that Simone is doing this at 24, that's great in itself. Um, Serena won her first Grand Slam when she was 17. 17 people. So Serena was ranked number one in the world for 319 weeks. I looked at the time on that. That's a little over 6 years. So that's basically like that. That shows you this is how I narrowed it down. This is why I picked Serena. She was number one for a little over 6 years. The average career length of a gymnast is 6 years. That's literally what I had to do to nitpick to say I'm going with Serena.
It's that hard, ain't it?
It's that hard.
These
It's
girls are bad
literally that
motherfuckers.
hard.
It was hard for Joe. It wasn't hard for me.
Look at this one. Look at. I'm gonna go with Simone, man. This is so incredibly hard. Cause this man over here says some shit that had me like, okay, yeah. But then you just hit me with that damn stat, which is nuts, by the way.
That's ridiculous.
That's fucking crazy. Like Prime Serena was a dog. Like she just was she just had them girls scared of that damn serve, bruh.
Power. It was power.
I'm gonna give it to Simone because of this. And maybe I'm wrong with this. This is just me now.
Talk your talk.
Gymnasts, to me, are like mutants or some shit. These motherfuckers like aliens or some shit. Like some of my players, or you, Joe, you said you can turn flips and do backflip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in awe of that kind of shit. I'm an athletic person. You know what I'm saying? Could jump high and all that kind of stuff. I ain't never been able to do no shit like that. I don't know how motherfuckers be able to contort their body like that. And this girl do some of everything. She can do all that kind of crazy shit on a beam. She could do it on them damn bars. She could do a damn flow routine. She can do a vault. She could do all that shit, and I'd be like, some of that shit she be bouncing up, and I'd be like, cause you see how high her feet are.
Yeah,
that's really when you seeing somebody jump.
Yeah,
like in the league, some of these guys just tall. But when you see them steals and see how high they feet off the ground, you be like, oh, shit, that girl be not only sky high in the air, she doing all that shit with it. And nobody better. She's just That's so true. Fucking dominant. Both of them dominant. Both of them dominant. Both of them dominant. Both of them dominant. But it just don't seem like nobody close to this girl right now. Serena had one thing for me in her prime. They used to always just give me fits. Sometimes she would be missing on that first serve. Now, if she was hitting her first serve on your ass in a minute, oh, it's a wrap. Oh, your ass going home straight sets. Serena on that night. It's over with. If this girl serve is on, but there ain't no ifs with this girl Simone. That girl pull up. If she pull up to your goddamn time, it's a fucking wrap.
Okay, let me give some pushback.
Yeah.
Okay. And I hate to even do this.
Talk your talk, Joe.
But that's what it's like.
Okay,
This
so tell
girl's
me
serious.
this. You know how? So now we see Naomi kind of taking over the tennis world.
Yes.
You know, when Serena was playing, you had these other players that was comparable to Serena, and Serena was just beating. Does Simone Biles have that? Where like even I don't want to say before, but let's say was there a girl that was 2 years before she got there on the scene that was dominant and Simone took over that?
I would say I don't know their names, but I know from a unit in some of them Olympics I've been watching in the past. I know China were bringing girls to the table because China, that's how they grooming them.
And
You know,
Romania, was it Romania? I think Romania always has a
Romania,
good team.
China, Romania,
I,
and
But
China.
I'm just saying individual. Is there a girl that stands out?
They ain't
I say
recognized because it's Simone Biles and everybody else.
CJ was blowing them away. Like there was some girls that were supposed to win, but it's
Okay,
like she just shut that shit up. It's kind of like the
got
Jordan effect.
you. Yeah.
You got, in my Jordan debate with our brother Ray, he trying to tell me it wasn't no two guards in the league in the 90s when we know there was Clyde Drexler, we know there was Reggie Miller, or we know there were other guards like Penny Hardaway and Gary Payton. But
Mm-hmm.
because Mike was so dominant, it make you seem like who he play against. He ain't play against nobody. He played against some greats. He just was different.
Yeah.
And she's so different that and these other girls, like one of them Olympics, I felt like China was supposed to be the ones. Seems like that's what the commentators were telling me and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because again, they growing them from birth and not from birth, I shouldn't say that. From the
But
moment they
very young though.
Very, very young.
yeah, it's like over there when they figure out you might they kind of force you to do stuff. But this girl said, no, fuck that. Serena, you make a great point about her. But I would push back and say, Serena, I don't know if nobody could really challenge Prime Serena because she had that power. The way she built that girl triceps, big as mine. Like, remember back in the gap,
Yeah,
them
yeah,
girl was
nah,
like,
it was
"No, this is
ridiculous.
unfair. Look at her body." Remember that?
Yeah,
So a lot of folks were thinking that she was like the Shaq or something of
yeah,
tennis, but these women are incredible. You know what I'm
they
saying?
are.
He don't put it on some who wasn't gonna be on the fence because really the answer is, like the motherfuckers like to say when these questions are posed on Twitter, they say you don't put two bad bitches against each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got here. We got two of the baddest of all time, male or female. These
Yeah,
motherfuckers right here.
They
I
the
can agree
coldest
on that.
ever. They the coldest ever. And the thing that I think what's great is okay, you like tennis, Serena and tennis, that was her calling card throughout her life. Like that's what she grew up doing. That's what she was raised. Her daddy trained her, coached her. You know what I'm saying? They came up in the tennis world. Simone Biles did, but it was different though. Simone Biles was, as I read the article, she was just a young woman, young lady, young girl, at whatever age she was at. Let's just say 6, 7 years old, where she just was out there naturally doing what the others that have been trained in her profession, she just was naturally better than them. And they looked at her and went, she just out there doing this and she ain't never had no real training. Let's get her in the fold and let's make her what she is today, the GOAT. Like that's what the story I read and remember. She was just naturally out there. She just broke out. She just broke out of line. Started doing the stuff the other girl were doing, and they was like, "Oh my God, she better. She just as good as them or better." And it just went from there. That's what's so freakishly great about Simone Biles is that she had no business being there. She wasn't brought up, raised up, cultivated in this. She just was a natural at it and just perfected it. That's scary to me.
And even with all that said, I feel bad that I said Simone over Serena. Just like you said. Because if I throw in that cultural impact, then
it's not gonna be close.
it's case closed.
I ain't lost no sleep on it.
This girl that meant a lot to a lot of black girls. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't lost no sleep on it.
Look at him. But America, y'all tell us what y'all think. Who you got in the GOAT talk? Serena Williams or Simone Biles? Put it on something. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
Makes a statement.